Let's move past the nose. Chicago is the setting for the actual drama, and I can assure you that it's uglier than a reality TV finale. Why, then, is everyone still obsessed with Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark? Angel Reese and Chennedy Carter have turned the WNBA into a television soap opera. And you're wrong if you assumed their enigmatic social media posts were random. My friend, there is a lot more to this tale. Hold on tight, because the most nasty mic drop of the season might have occurred in the Chicago Sky locker room. Before we get to the fun stuff, is the Chicago Sky turning into a team that free agents would prefer to avoid like the plague? Did Angel Reese just get the most painful burn in WNBA history? Was this a well-timed retribution shot from Chennedy Carter? Allow me to explain who said what the behind-the-scenes turmoil is about, and why it could be the final straw in Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark's rivalry. If you have a moment, please like this video. Additionally, you can stay up to date on the latest WNBA news, expert analysis, and recaps of Angel Reese's recent downfall by joining our team and subscribing to the channel. Significant movements like these make sure not to miss a beat. We have you covered in every way, so press the like button. Let's get started and subscribe. First, let's go back and establish the setting. Chennedy Carter had a fantastic season with the Chicago Sky, averaging 17.5 points per game. Fans in Chicago were left bewildered when the team decided not to award her a qualifying contract, even though this type of play typically results in a new contract. Let's now discuss Carter's tumultuous WNBA career. Was this a straightforward commercial choice, or was there anything more sinister going on behind the scenes? She was traded to the Los Angeles Sparks after serving a suspension for team-detrimental behavior while playing for the Atlanta Dream. She missed a year of the league as her performance deteriorated, and she was eventually discharged. The Chicago Sky offered her another chance in 2024, and she did magnificently. However, just when it seemed like she had found her rhythm, the Sky let her run wild. Imagine being dismissed like you frequently left dishes in the sink after continuously achieving positive results that demonstrated progress. Oh, the supporters weren't having it. The players themselves provided the real entertainment, and if you're one of those people, Twitter or X was flooded with hot take memes and comments faster than a referee throwing a technical foul. And here's the real kicker. In addition to making an effect on the court, Carter was making waves off court. However, despite her obvious raw talent, multiple sources suggest that she had a contentious relationship with her teammates and coaching staff. Things were heated at this point because the tense murmurs in the locker room only served to fan the flames. Within hours of Carter's departure, Angel Reese made the decision to stir things up with an enigmatic remark. Posting on social media is deemed to be sufficient. More explanation is not required. Because Carter's timing was so perfect, people immediately leaped to conclusions. Was this a lighthearted statement or a subtle swipe at Chennedy in particular? It was like throwing a match onto a bunch of dry leaves. Before Carter abruptly replied, theories, comments, and memes were all over social media. She didn't hold back and wrote, "I believe that being able to make layups on a regular basis about Chennedy Carter's heated past elevates everyone to a higher level." Let's dissect that if you missed it. Reese's poor layup shooting percentage of 42.4%, 4% of that range is well known.
Angel Reese's, wow. Her stat line is rough. Real rough.
The stat sheet was promptly deleted if there was any doubt that Carter's comment was directed at Angel. For a player her stature, it was the worst in the entire WNBA. What a carefully thought-out attack.
Minutes. 2 for 6 from the field. It's good to see that field goal percentage is not getting any better.
Let's go back a step. Carter took it a step further and said, "Not everyone deserves your loyalty," in another mysterious post. Was she making a reference to the Sky organization? Was this a direct attack on Angel Reese, or were both fans delving into the details and scrutinizing every word? This wasn't just a roster choice anymore. Officially, it had become personal. This rivalry has existed for a long time. Tension between Reese and Carter had existed before, but it had always simmered beneath the surface. Now, it was erupting in the most visible manner possible. Let's face it, This is the type of drama that keeps fans glued to their screens when professional athletes vent on social media instead of the court. You are aware that this was not an isolated incident and that things are serious. Reese and Carter's tension had been growing for months, but this most recent storyline just made it more obvious than anyone could have predicted. It was clear that this social media controversy was not going away anytime soon, regardless of the stance that people adopted. Let's head into the locker room now that we are aware of the social media controversy. Because a lot of sources claimed that what was going on behind closed doors was even more chaotic than what we could see online. While some fans backed Carter, saying she was merely stating the truth, others backed Reese, saying Carter was upset at being let go. According to insiders, the Chicago Sky locker room was not only tense but also totally broken. Imagine it as a reality TV program similar to WNBA Coaches Speak Out, but everyone is clandestinely conspiring against one another. At the center of it all was the allegation that Angel Reese Weatherspoon and previous head coach Teresa Weatherspoon were planning the strategy to boost Angel Reese's stats while other key players felt like extras in her movie and playing favorites. It shouldn't be shocking that things went out of control if that's the case. A coach favoring one player over the others is the fastest way to inflame team hostility, and as tensions rise, the drama ensues. Chennedy, despite being one of the team's most productive scorers, Carter allegedly became polarizing off the court, with some people seeing her as obsessed. Carter's career may have ended as a result of other players complaining to management about her being a disruptive presence, rather than the issues being resolved. The Sky made the internal decision to break up relations with her altogether, but Carter wasn't the only one who had enough ex-Sky players. Marina Ma, who is currently with the Connecticut Sun, didn't hold back when she complimented her new team's professionalism and discipline while quietly disparaging her previous one. She was thrilled to be departing, and it was clear that the Sky were in turmoil. Furthermore, it should be mentioned that the team has previously encountered issues with team cohesion. Rumors that the squad has long-standing problems have been stoked by the departure of a number of players under question during the past few seasons. If they don't get their act together, Chicago might eventually find it difficult to attract top players. After all, who wants to play for a team that frequently garners negative press? If you've seen the entire video, you must be enjoying it. So, why don't you click the follow button for a moment? Following guarantees that you never miss a beat when it comes to your favorite teams and players. It's totally free, very simple, and helps us continue to provide you with more incredible content, especially if you're a WNBA fan. Whether it's player spotlights, game highlights, or behind-the-scenes footage, we've got you covered. Okay, let's resume our business. What's the bigger picture here? This tragedy has far-reaching effects that extend beyond the Chicago skyline. Additionally, it is setting a precedent for WNBA locker room unrest. Social media, one thing is certain, but only time will tell. Wars and covert favoritism could have a big influence on team dynamics and future player contracts. Thus, this narrative is far from done. Will it try to prevent these diversions from taking away from the sport itself? Or will it embrace the teams avoid signing them drama as an essential component of the game? What follows the Chicago Sky is at a tipping moment that will define the players caught in the middle of the storm, as well as the squad. The group need more than just a renovation. A total culture shift is required. They might face difficulties for years to come if they don't enhance their standing and form a more unified group in the neighborhood. Rising stars and free agents will be hesitant to join a company that makes headlines for all the wrong reasons. Angel Reese is ultimately responsible for deciding what kind of player she wants to be in the future. If she wants to be a face of the WNBA, she will need to improve her leadership skills, show that she is more than just a media spectacle, and hone her abilities. She can only go so far with her talent. Her maturity, cooperation, and constancy will determine whether she succeeds or fails in the never-ending drama of basketball. Chennedy, however, Carter has a great opportunity to change her story. She has already scored a ton of points in China, demonstrating her ability to dominate overseas. She could make the world regret letting her go if she can carry that momentum into the WNBA and let her performance speak for itself. Carter might make this entire situation seem like Chicago's worst error if she finds a new team where she fits in, stays away from meaningless AR arguments, and continues to play at her best. Without question, the WNBA offseason has grown considerably more fascinating. The league's future will be decided by the choices teams make during the coming months. Will Angel Reese take steps to appease her critics, or will her social media presence continue to eclipse her skills and abilities? Will the Chicago Sky improve and bounce back, or will rising stars take over continue to lose? Chennedy Carter finds a new place to live, demonstrating his rap prowess. Angel Reese Chennedy Carter and the Chicago Sky have a weird backstory, and I think it's far from over. Who do you think prevailed this time? The WNBA drama only gets better. If you've read this far, you've probably seen Reese with the delicate shade or Carter with the savage clapbacks. Officially, you're a real one. To let me know who is still fantastic with me, kindly leave a comment. To make sure you don't miss any updates, please like this video, follow the channel, and turn on notifications. We are just beginning, so you don't want to miss the next step.